traditional. Shotgun and Sunday school, don't really care what you think. 'Cause I've been asking around, and you know what I found is most of us believe the same things. And I won't conform, my mind ain't gonna change. I'm just like concrete, I'm all mixed up and set in my ways.
What is up, good people of the YTPC? Badger Piper coming at you. Welcome to what I hope will be the first of many episodes of a new series I'm calling First Impressions Friday. So I got the idea for this basically because I have a huge selection of tobaccos that I've accumulated that I have not even tried yet. I haven't opened them, I haven't smelt them, I haven't even, nothing. So I was like, you know what, I really need to get on this. I had some tobaccos that I bought that I was going to do comparisons with, like comparing them to each other, and I did that for like two blends, the Peter Stokeby's and the Daughters and Ryan, and it just became it's not something that was time efficient for me, just because I'm not really, life happens and things happen, and it's like keeping myself to some kind of a schedule like that isn't really very feasible right now. But I do figure, doing a video every Friday and holding myself to a video every Friday for this, that's doable. And then whether or not I do a follow-up final impressions review on the blends afterwards, maybe we'll see. But just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, some of the blends that I've got that I haven't even opened or smoked yet. Got some Cornell and Deal Bayou Morning. I've got Cornell and Deal Bourbon Blue. I've got GLP's Quiet Nights. Got some Dunhill Dark Flake. This Rattray's Westminster Abbey, some Dunhill Nightcap, some Early Morning Pipe. Oh, I guess I've got 2 tins of Dark Flake. So, Squadron Leader with Perique. This one, I don't think I'm going to open this one, but I have a sample of this that I'm going to use to do for the first impressions, because I haven't smoked a sample of that yet, and I kind of want to hold on to that. So, but I am able to do a first impressions and then a review if I want of that. I've also got the Peterson's Irish Dew, the Aaron Gobra Irish Whiskey. I've got Hearth and Home AJ's Vapor, and then I've got all of those blends that I got the other day that I did the video on. I've got all of those to do, as well as a bunch of stuff that I've opened and jarred, but for some reason haven't smoked. So that's kind of a weird thing to have opened them and not even smoked them yet. But today, the blend that I'm going to start with is one of the Rattray's blends that I picked up on my trip, and it is Rattray's Stirling Flake. So when you get it, you open the tin up. It is, like as the name suggests, it is a flake, and these are really nice looking flakes too. Just kind of show you right there. Very nice flakes. Very dark, with light speckles throughout. Very, very nice looking flake. It rubs out very nicely to a nice, see if we can get in there. Very nice kind of, I'd call it a medium ribbon when it's rubbed out. And I've already packed my pipe here. But first, before we get into the actual smoking, let's get that out of the way here. I've got tobaccoreviews.com pulled up right here. So let's go ahead and we'll read the vital stats on this guy here. Stirling Flake is a full-bodied blend for the experienced smoker who enjoys the full power of an English flake. Equal amounts of air-cured, flue-cured, and dry-cured tobacco give this powerhouse its specific flavor, not for the faint of heart. Blend type is a Virginia Burley. Contents are Burley, Kentucky, and Virginia. No flavoring. It's a flake. Comes in a 50-gram tin. It's from Denmark and is currently available. Strength, medium to strong. Flavoring, none detected. Full taste, pleasant to tolerable room note. And tobaccoreviews.com, it's currently sitting at a 3.5 out of, what is it? Let's see. It's like 3.5 stars out of 5. So that's pretty good, I would say. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. They work on a 4-star system. That's right. So 3.5 stars out of 4. That's pretty impressive. One thing I read, because I go through and I read reviews on stuff. Most of us do. It's the nature of the world, But one thing I found interesting is that, and being newer to this, I don't know a whole lot of the history of blenders and manufacturers and things like that. So I learned stuff that I find interesting. It's news to me. This might not be news to more seasoned smokers, but apparently this KK and company, the Colhaz, whatever, and company, according to something I read from a review from back in like 2014, apparently they used to be the ones that made Peterson's blends, and then they stopped. So, because I believe it got because as far as I'm aware, Peterson stuff is made by verify that is made by the Scandinavian Tobacco Group, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, somebody. But as far as I know that they don't blend their own stuff. I've known that. But so the reason I bring that up is because there's a lot of people in here that have said that this blend is very similar to Peterson, the old Peterson Irish Flake, but slightly modified and slightly better. And so that's very interesting to learn. Like I said, I didn't know that. A lot of you probably already knew that. I didn't. So it's interesting to me. So with that, without further ado, we're already getting close to 10 minutes. Holy crap. Let's go ahead and get this started, and then we'll smoke this bowl, and then I'll go over my impressions and tell you guys what I think. And I will obviously fast forward, speed through as much of this as I can. But here we go. one thing I forgot to mention was the tin note. Not a lot of like really stands out about the tin note. I mean, it smells like in English. You know, it smells like tobacco with a slight hint of raisin. But other than that, I mean, there's no flavorings to this, so you're not getting any type of, you're not smelling any type of casing or anything like that. So So at the beginning of the pipe, I'm pretty much just getting Virginia at this point. You definitely taste there's the Kentucky and the burley in there, but right now, I mean, I can taste, like I said, I can taste them. I know that I can tell that they're there, but the Virginia is right now is primarily the leading lady at this point. So we'll just keep smoking this, and we'll come back in a few minutes and we'll update you. Keep you posted as things progress here. Okay, so I'd say we're about, I don't know, maybe quarter of the way, maybe third of the way through the bowl at this point. Getting a little bit of dottle, but that's not that uncommon with this particular pipe. It happens with almost every blend I smoke out of this particular pipe. So I'm not going to hold that against the blend. But at this point, I will say that I am getting a lot more of the burley, which I like. I really like my burleys. I like Virginias as well, but I think burley is, at this point anyways, of the blends that I've smoked, burley is probably one of my favorite tobacco types. I really like the smokiness of it. But you can definitely taste at this point, like I said, you can see about a quarter of the way down, but at this point, I'm very definitely tasting all the components a lot clearer now. I'm picking up on all the little subtleties. It's very malty, very sweet kind of a taste. Little leathery, but we'll keep going, and we'll come back. Let's see. I'm sure it's been super fast for you guys, but according to my clock here, I've been smoking this bowl for just under 10 minutes now. We're just gonna keep smoking. Oh, this is my first relight since the true light, so that's pretty good. Okay, we're about 2/3 of the way through the bowl now. At this point, it's pretty much just evened out at this point. It still tastes really good, but I'm not getting any at this point. I'm not getting a whole lot of complexity to it at this point. At this point, it's pretty much just one uniform flavor. I wouldn't really say I can distinguish between the three different types of tobacco in here anymore. I have to say, so far, I really like it. Again, it's initial impression, so this is my first bowl, and it's just about done at this point. Like I said, right now, it is a very good English. I'm really liking it. For right now, I'm going to say that the Rattray's Stirling Flake, I'm gonna say that this is a winner. I'm gonna give it. I'm trying to come up with some kind of a rating system. So we'll do 4-star. We'll do a 4-star rating system. That seems to be easy enough. So as far as tin note on this, I'm gonna give the tin note like a 2, because there's not a whole lot going on in the tin, like I said before. Presentation. Beautiful flakes. Beautiful flakes. I'm going to give the presentation a 3. Temperature. I was smoking it pretty fast, trying to get it hot. It got warm, like pretty warm, but not hot. So as far as temperature, as smoke goes, we'll do 1 is like gets really hot, and 4 being smoked very cool. I'm gonna give this one 2.5 stars on that. And then for flavor, like complexity of taste and all that, like the actual smoke, I'm gonna give it a 3. Very good. I liked it. As far as the having like relights and having to do that, like the, what do we call that? I gotta come up with a term for that. But we'll just say consistency. We'll call it that. Burn rate. Having to relight, do stuff like that. For that category, I'm gonna give it a 4 in that category, because I only had to relight it once, maybe twice. It tamps very nice, and it burns pretty slow. I would wager to say that if I wasn't puffing on this thing like a freight train, like I was, I would say that this bowl would have been about a 30 to 35 minute smoke, and if I'd have gone slower, it probably would have burned a hell of a lot cooler. So, you know, I'm gonna next time I smoke a bowl of this, which will probably be the next couple of days, most likely, I'm gonna smoke it normal, and then when I do if I do a follow up review on this, it'll be more of a controlled experiment, so to speak, where I'll smoke it like I would normally instead of trying to abuse it like I did this time. Even smoking it hard and fast, you know, it held up. It was really nice. I really enjoyed it. So nicotine level on this one, I'm gonna give it a 2.5. Like I said, it is about a medium. You definitely feel the nicotine, but it doesn't kick your ass in any way. Overall, I think that the tobacco review score on this is very fair. I give this a 3.5. On my initial impressions of it, easily a 3.5. I'm glad I got this. So since I'm going on 41 minutes here of film, I always say film, but it's not film. So sad. But 40 minutes of video here, 41 videos. So hopefully by the time I edit it, it won't be nearly that long for you guys. But if you've stuck around this far, thank you. Hope you enjoyed this. I look forward to doing more of these First Impressions Friday videos. As you see, I got a lot of tins to do. So if of what I showed here, if there's any here that you guys want to see me do, I mean, I know everybody's probably smoked all these. I'm sure I'm not doing anything new, but if you'd like to see my first impressions on them, let me know which ones you want to see, and we'll go off of that. So, all right, guys. Till next time. Have a great day, pleasant evening. As always, I'm the Patriot Piper. I'll see you next time. Later.